Good. Man, when afraid, man in the wilderness. Keep it real and honest around here. All right, people tonight acting up because them one up. Yesterday, them have them 10 Diaspora conference thing down in a mobile. We know, say, our people them pack up in there. The heavy and Joe. Can I look on the one of them, you know, I look on every one of them where you pack up like up a university. Every one of them you pack up. And if you pack up 49 plus them family, plus you pack up the Senate, who know the Senate too, yeah? You plus you pack up councillor and you pack up other workers, you have people from Grace Kennedy all over the place. What do you mean by the place full? You know, so nobody gonna come down there, you tell lies. We love tell lies, so you have to stop tell lies. So we're going to a Mark G, and we're going to a presentation, and we're going to look at the Prime Minister presentation, and we're going to dissect them. So more I want to listen what them say, because them say one thing, but they're going to go play politics, you know. Like you can't treat nobody around here. Nobody at all. You understand? But before me even start, let me just hear up a Earth Strong, a birthday. We in Japan, because, you know, I forgot to big up Janet Diggs right Ori in Japan. You know she watch me, you know she watch me straight. You know, because she have family too. You know, and I feel Earth Strong the 20th. Now I'm 20th in Japan. She watch me right now, you know. So I have to big you. From we and the whole family. You know the family. We have to call out family name, you know, the whole family. Yeah? Japan people who go on at the place. Good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, worldwide. Saying, so Janet, go and enjoy your day, you know. From we and the whole family. Make us start this now, because tonight acting. Make us start the show, yeah. Yeah, tonight act. Well, listen what the Prime Minister said, and we're going to dissect him. You know, hey, you hear some things when chat is going to laugh, you know. Anyway, start the show.
We in lump sum, we a beat it till they are my burn. We now make them get in at them and again. None of them boy, we none of them. We alone some rise up the bomb of them.
Not a Judas, them a backstabber. Uncle my wife, and this straight beauty and glamour. No guy can walk to name me with no dagger. Make the heart of Mandela, but the mind of a Zama in the mold. Like a bullman, we send us the jammer. Lyrically inclined, be a metaphor, so no listen to lyrics line to line. Become a lyrical theater. Put up in everything, they load some boy all in a hater.
Oh, you mean keep it real? Janet, this is your watch, man. Yeah, man. Bless you, mate, to you, yeah? Let's go and watch a thing, man, and enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. You know, from the family. I saw the family stay, you know. Keep it real on here, you know? Yes. So let's say your watch, man. Everything. All right, so we're not going to take that. We're just going to go straight to the conference, to Mobile. I want you to listen where the opposition are saying, right? And they were going to listen honest. So I listen to Mark G and they were going to listen to Andrew. Right? All right. So make us run right through at the same time. Watch this.
It sounds much better at this level. I'm not going to say too much right now, except to welcome, to say a few words, the Leader of the Opposition, Mr. Mark Golding.
You see Andrew up on him phone and go like him not see and him not clap. You watch him? Just watch it, you know. He just look and take off back him eye.
Thank you, Mr. Master of Ceremonies. Honorable Prime Minister, Minister Johnson Smith, Minister of State Terry Long, Chairman of the conference and of the VM Group, one of our main sponsors, Courtney Campbell, Ministers of Government who are here, members of the Diplomatic Corps, all other distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and of course the delegates who have made the effort to come to Jamaica to be part of this 10th biennial Diaspora Conference. The theme of unity is important as we gather as Jamaicans to think about and discuss the way forward for our country. And indeed, the fact that this is the 10th biennial conference of its kind signifies that Jamaica is able to take united positions on important matters. The very first one was under the patronage, or was well organized at the time, by the then Prime Minister P.J. Patterson and the late Senator Delano Franklin, who at that time was responsible for diaspora affairs. And we've seen continuity as both major political parties recognize the importance of the diaspora and the singular importance of this kind of event in affording an opportunity to all of us to come together and to share what we have to share in the spirit of unity or love for our wonderful homeland, Jamaica. I congratulate the organizers for putting on this conference. I know it has not been an easy road, but we are here now and you're seeing the fruits of your labor. Congratulations to you. Reality is that Jamaica we are a migratory people, and we always have been. And as it stands today, the Jamaicans living abroad constitute more or less a similar number to those living on the rock itself. Our diaspora and the support of our diaspora is absolutely critical to our survival as a nation. They are the largest provider of foreign exchange to our country. They support our balance of payments. They support the value of our currency. And indeed, during the pandemic, when the other critical source of foreign exchange, the tourism industry, basically shut down, Jamaica was able to get through it without any balance of payments or exchange rate crisis because of the stepping up of our diasporans in support of our country. And indeed, the resources that are sent here are resources that directly benefit the Jamaican people. It is the prime social safety net for our people, their relatives abroad who provide support, but also so many good causes that the Jamaican community internationally lends its hand to help life be a little bit better here for our people in Jamaica, in healthcare, in education, and in a variety of other important philanthropic endeavors. We salute the diaspora for what they do for our people. And indeed, as has been mentioned, we are going through a process of looking at our constitution with a view to becoming a republic. And part of that dialogue must involve a discussion around what it is to be a Jamaican, what it means to be a Jamaican. I personally am of the view that we can't take a myopic, insular approach to this, given the realities of who we are and that we're spread all over the world and how dependent we are on each other. And indeed, Jamaicans on the rock are for our relatives and friends abroad. And our rules around who can participate at whatever level, in my opinion, should reflect that reality and should be inclusive rather than discriminatory or exclusionary. And I'm hoping that we will have that dialogue because it's very important. And we want, insofar as we collectively recognize the importance of the role of our people from all over in helping our nation to develop, that dialogue is an important element of that. So I will just close by wishing you all a wonderful conference. I hope you find it very fulfilling, that you learn a lot, that you share a lot, and that you leave here feeling justified for the effort and expenditure that you made to be part of this. And again, I congratulate the organizers of this conference for making it happen. God bless you all. Have a wonderful day.
So look on these people. You see that one now? I think I saw the American Eagle that. They want to look like Michelle Charles. So at the whole of them pack up in the place, and I said the diaspora full it up. Can you hear Andrew come to the lights and diaspora full it up, you know? Not no go so. And then him I tell so much lie and I want the thing when him come chat. Can I go to him right now? Him does lie. Then him, you know, like come here tell us Mark G next month, you know, I'm Earth Strong, right? Mark G the 19, like my son at the 19 to him. I'm in the 20, and you know, me and Navy at the 22, right? Yes. And then, you know, and then we have a granddaughter by the 4th. We have a grandson at 23rd. You know, so they were 22nd. So him I go there now, go tell people say, we don't know me and Mark G born the same month. You know, not many people might not know, like you want people here that think say Mark G the same thing. No, you have the good and evil, man. We know, you know. And then him come up with lies because he might tell about much quarter or Jamaica straight too much quarter and you know for growth. Remember, you know, from 2020 to 2023, everything locked down through the pandemic. 23 just a get up back. 2020, 21, and 22 to part of 23 lockdown. So I must say from much growth and pandemic, how much quarter, how much this garbage. Then you can hear talk about the money we borrow and put in the thing they fund. Yeah, in the reserve. You might talk about that. Remember, if we give them 4 billion with no strings attached, and we keep up the place. Then you might talk about work. Someone want to hear this guy. I can't dangerous, you know. I'm gonna play something. I'm gonna contradict himself too. All right, let me just go to him. Let me go to him. 20. I am this, yeah. Let me see this. 12, 11. Let me see what I'm there. Because he might contradict himself. I know a film thing that can't lie, he can't stop lying. No. Yeah, 10. 10. 10. All right, that's it there. Remember play a fan.
Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica.
All right. You see when them get up, I don't want them cabinet that and them thing there, you know. And look how him lie. He might talk about people from South Africa, from Asia and all about. This is how them lie. I don't know, not go so. You understand? Look here. Yeah. You remember, by the way, people, you remember when they matter deal with the Prime Minister, they make the same kind of nice. When you look on the road, I stop it and show them, say them. People from Grace Kennedy, people from all about, so they make sure them come in and city in. And I talk about, yeah man, look how much I full. Not go so them at all. Most of them are living in Jamaica. At the whole MP them and the councillors them and workers and people put on the thing. See? But anyway, watch. Now show them. See them there? All right. No, mommy to this return. No. Prenel Charles Jr. boy this. No, the one of them this. See them there, I know I said full. See them further, you know. See, you can't, hey, people, you can't, look here. Mommy too can't hide, you know. Mommy too can't hide. Mommy return can't hide. None of them can't hide. And so you pack them up. And then you say it's full because them are talking about them have around 1,000. Full. Your capacity is more seat. Like you pack up the thing with seat. Maybe if they get 100 people, then get enough. Maybe they throw over that because RJ Mark said it in the crowd. And then you hear from people from the bank and Grace came in the boat. So you know, so the whole of them are come and them family. So I just show him like, look what the Prime Minister died. Why listen to this? See there?
First, allow me to adjust the mic to the appropriate height. You will agree with me that the mastery of the ceremony has been excellent so far. Durvan is one of our premier hosts, and he does an excellent job. Where is he?
Tell the man
Take
to
a
bow.
bow. Not many people know that the leader of the opposition and myself share a birth month.
Everybody don't know that long time. You know, born in a month to drop in at the thing, brother. God, this is what we talk all the time. But and not everybody know we share birth month. You hear him? Mix up people say, man, them born the same month. You know, but as we said before, people, you have the good and you have the evil. But sure, we know to angle the evil, them can devour us. Yeah? Yes. Them can't do it. You understand? Yeah.
Which is coming next month. But maybe that's all we share. So.
At that time, we share, yes. Yeah, no, but maybe that's all we share. Yeah, because the man, you know, yes, a man are going to not chopping and all kind of things, Andrew. Man are not going to that, man. You hear him? Yeah, man. Continue.
Marky?
Marky.
No, that's how we do it. And that's how we should do it.
Now, RJ Mark start people, I owe this. So you see some of them here, I owe that one here. When you look at them, you can't make them out, you know. Some of them are from, most of them are from Jamaica, though. You see them?
A sheer force of nature in foreign affairs. That's just how I have to describe my Minister of Foreign Affairs, Senator the Honorable Kamina Johnson-Smith. And the Honorable Orlando Terrelong. Just as an aside, Jamaica has 2 languages. Our patois and English. But as the world expands and we realize our place in the world, we really should have other languages.
But that's stupid. Hey, for the man that's talking, man, that's make some little thing. We think we should have other languages. You gotta speak a language where you speak. You go other place, if you want to study, go study, you're not going to bust up pick the brain when they're done. They're not learn already. Just don't talk stupidness right now. Saying? This is a part of English, which is English. If you go, let's say, a man want to learn Spanish, see a man. You understand? It's about the business, man. Continue.
Which more of our population would be articulate in.
Yeah.
It's very important. The more that I travel, the more I engage in international affairs, you see it is an indispensable asset to be able to speak and understand other languages. And so this is something that I intend to pursue. I've said it, put it on the agenda, but we've just not been able to actualize it, but it is of critical importance for our competitive advantage.
That's a foolishness, you know. Critical important for our advantage. Fidova. Learn other languages now. When they can't read and write, get the school them up on everything. You have translator who for learn the language, learn it, and if you translate it. And you have to can translate it. So if you can understand your little thing now, where you're going to learn Chinese, and go learn some Japanese, and go learn some French, and learn all kind of things. Them never move. But tell us, be a foolish in talk, man. Eh? Continue.
I'm always very proud when I send.
For you see the head top, you know, President Charles do that. See mommy return there, you know. So make sure put the whole of them out of the cabinet at the front. Yeah.
Minister Terry Long overseas, and he's able to quickly switch between his home patois, English, and I know he speaks Spanish very well. I didn't realize he did a little bit of French, and I heard a little bit of German. Very good, very good. Very talented. Let me acknowledge the excellent staff at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
So the staff, people want to hear this now. Yeah, I get the man said full, right? He said the staff, I acknowledge them, the staff of Foreign Affairs, and enough people working the hundreds of them. They might acknowledge them because them did it with them boss. Them boss carry the whole of them go full up the chair them. Yeah, who again might acknowledge? Make listen.
And they have done an amazing job, I must say. Our friends in the diplomatic corps who are here, welcome. Good to have you.
Add your marks, them, you know.
Courtney, our ever faithful support. Thank you so much. And the VM
support.
Group. Let me also thank our other legacy partners, Mrs. Grace Burnett, who is here representing Grace Kennedy.
So you know, so enough people and staff from Grace Kennedy, I think them have both, them did it too. Yes.
And Ms. Claudine Allen, General Manager of the JN Foundation.
JN Foundation, them did. The whole of them were there, then take up cheer. Yeah, I know. PSOJ did it.
Now, the cameras are all pointed this way.
Yeah.
And for those who are listening in Radio Land, you would not.
Hey, Shelani, I'm sure those who listen in Radio Land, there, you know. Don't say nothing, don't even call. I drop him a drop out. Him soon start talk, him and listen to we, you know. Yeah.
Be able to taste the atmosphere that is here. I'm hoping that it is conveyed in my voice through the airwaves. But let me use some words. First of all, the audience looks amazing. You're beautiful.
Yeah. So, see there. Oh, my Davis, that, you know. See the one of them there, you know.
And the place packed. Or put it so you can understand it. Ram.
So you see one who there, and them I said package ram, and I want people them in a Jamaica packet and ram it up. This is how I'm lying, you know. Him dangerous, you know. Yeah, when him talk about the plane now. Remember him know say this is a keep, but yeah, the mistake when make a way dissect you. Can you watch me every day, you know? But we have to teach you to stop tell lie, brother. You understand? July no mean everybody feel just get up and tell lies, you know, brother. But you just take the July like, you know, it's a lie month, like you just lie so well. You have to lie this man by earth, brother. If you stop it, man. And just June, but you know, I better take the June, but the July. Come on now.
I saw the staff bringing out more chairs, and there are people standing around the hall. It is a good look for the Jamaican diaspora. Thank you so much.
So it's a good look for the Jamaican diaspora. Thank you so much. When you sit back the day before you say it's an empty place, you know what your people, them, the one of them come up there. Come full it up, because people that are Jamaica, just make them come in free. It's not dangerous. That's what him, too much PR with him, man. Too much PR.
For
Continue.
coming out and being here.
So the one of them people, mommy and the one of the minister them and them friend and family them, a diaspora them live. Like people are idiot. Eh?
I recently returned from a trip in Washington, so on my way back through Atlanta, the flight was full. I was wondering why, what is going on? And the Diaspora conference.
All right. We now move on here, so we now let you go. I'll teach you to stop telling lies. Right? I'll teach you to stop telling lies. Because you have to know millions and all kind of things. And you know the Diaspora conference and them talks are in behind the Diaspora conference. And him say I come from Washington. And the fight full, how much all in our plane? Like 300 and odd. He say, the Diaspora conference. So I never remember neither, so I know something I keep. The Diaspora conference. The flight full. Lie, I tell you. Lie, I tell you. See, but you see that here, which part of the people them come from. So if you have 1,000 people in your son, and when we look at be a Jamaican and be a member of parliament and all kind of people there and them family and other friends who working at the place where we identify this in a Jamaica. Where the people them come from Asia and them place the way you say come in. Can't say from Washington and the flight full. So if you have 300 come on one flight, you want an next 700 for full the place. So when the rest of people them come board, the flight full. So none of come from New York, another place, and Canada and them place and the flight full. Too lie, man. Stop it, man. Eh? And it's at the Diaspora conference. Yeah.
Or put it so you can understand it. It ram.
It's ram.
I saw the staff bringing out more chairs, and there are people standing in the hall. It is a good look for the Jamaican diaspora. Thank you so much for coming out and being here. I recently returned from a trip in Washington, so on my way back through Atlanta, the flight was full. I was wondering why, what is going on? And
He said, why? What is going on? Why you not say why? What is going on? Andrew, listen to me. If the flight are going mobile and then deal with tourism plus Jamaica and come home and them thing there, why you not say why is it why? What is going on? And you say, at the conference. This is all them just brother, you lie, man. You know, most of the time the plane them book out here come down, because tourists are come down and people are come at them yard and all kind of things, right? If a flight full, that means a plane empty flight are come at Jamaica all of a sudden. If what is going on? The Diaspora conference. This is how him lie. Me I tell him to just stop. Tell your lie. We know that a point blank lie. Me are going on a plane. You know, you're going to your seat because most of the time the plane are full up when they come from them place and whatever, right? But you know, I said the flight full, I said, what is going on? Like nobody no fly come at Jamaica. What is going on? The Diaspora conference. Somebody can't lie, so. Me not have to tell lie, man. Stop it, man. Can you not say what is going on? You never say, tourism. And then why you not say that if tourists are come there and them are flying a mobile or something? Flight full and say, what is going on? At the Diaspora conference. And people see me say, Prime Minister, we want to ask you a question. Listen. Him too lie, man. Him to stop it, man. You are take a plane now, you go somewhere in the flight full. Most of the time flight. What is going on? Like you're fighting. At the Diaspora conference. There's a place a flight carrying tourists to, you know. The same lie. In there, no tell lie to backside. In dangerous. When you tell lie for you believe in a film lies, them and them thing, it now works about that. Facts check. Stop telling lie, man. Backside.
the Diaspora conference. And in fact, as people went through the aisle, they were greeting me and slipping me a few cards and saying, Prime Minister, I want to talk to you. I have some ideas.
So people went through the aisle and are greeting. So, hold on, let me ask you something now. So you say, what is going on when you go up on the plane and there's a concert? But when people come through the aisle, that means you're depend on the plane before them come through if you have fly first class, brother. Realize, so man. Eh? In fact, people are greeting now when they come up on the plane. And I say, boy, we want to talk to you and ask you some questions. You hear him? But him going to go see it full, you know. And that's what conference. Him like, you know, in danger, no man in dangerous, you know. The flight full. That means it pack already, and then you know we might have flying a first class. I go on last, and also plane full, and also plane board. First class, go on first. Not true. Yeah? Yes. I know when plane are dropping and drop nose dive, so first class, perish first. I know yeah, 1 and 2 is safe from me on the yes. Eh? Enough people don't know him and go down and knock. Yeah. You see him like. So and I like him saying, come on, and then the people on my board. Him saying it's full. And he said, what is going on? Oh. And then forgot all about the conference and do at the same time the conference has started. This is how this man lie. You cannot believe in him. Him too lie. We have to call it out. Can I watch it, you know? I win a business only say you stop tell lie, brother. Stop tell lie. And a joke, no, man. Stop it, man. Stop it now, man. Yeah.
It was really good. I was really very impressed. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for choosing Jamaica.
Thank you for choosing Jamaica. So if it's a diaspora, and them have family there, and them come from here, yes, thank you for choosing Jamaica. And instead of we are talking about the whole problem, instead of them tell them about where them are talking about, him start talking about foolishness again. That's how Winston. Yeah, man, if you knock him, Winston, man. Winston, great. No, you can't say right to him. How am saying that make no sense? I saw you have to knock them in, we are dissecting. So we are wallet, so we are knock him. So when him watch it, we are teach him to stop tell lie. We are calling him up on our lies. Yes, in pure rubbish. Yes.
I don't take it for granted.
You don't take it for granted.
That you would pay your way, put other things off, make plans to come to this conference.
You saw the man wicked? Mommy 5, PR we are, and put other things off and walk. The one of them, the one of the minister, the one of them down there, you know. If them alone, and with the next 49 of them, yeah, with them family, so you have to double it. If they carry them pick me up who are work, and for them pick me up job and them thing there. So you have to push the 49, like say 50 of them, push it like 200 that. Then you have to put the one them, the Senate. But them have 13, you have to put that around 52. Them alone. Yeah, and plus other people, you know, from you know, the ministry, them where I work, where them come. Because a lot of people, you know. The ministry who they write is around 800 people. Right, with him carry. I'm not joking, I mean. Plus the private sector carry for them people too. So I really, a handful of them really fly in from the diaspora. Him too lie. And by the way, remember, so the Eagle, no people, no people are come, yes. Both airport, yeah? Yeah, the Eagle. I have both, so be careful, yeah? Stop telling a lie. All right. Yeah, man.
Does mean a lot to your government.
Same now clapping on, look here. He might have paper, he might moves. He might have enough.
So, nowhere no better than yard.
Save nowhere no better than yard. When the people run through the border. If no one no better than yard, oh, the whole place stays so. Can I come in with some fictitious thing now where we're facts check here?
And I truly believe that. And I'm absolutely delighted that you also believe that. So I want to extend a warm Jamaican welcome to members of the diaspora from across the globe.
Yeah, no.
From Africa,
Africa.
Asia.
Them that sound like some different plane now. I chartered flight. Africa sound like chartered flight, you know.
The Pacific, Europe, Latin America, the Caribbean, the Middle East, the United Kingdom, the United States, and Canada.
Let me tell you something honest. If you see one plane full, and then you have diaspora and come from all over the place, so we're supposed to have like maybe like 10,000 of them come in. They say, oh, you lie. Yeah? Because I'm talking about United States, I mean, you couldn't just, when you see one plane full, you have people say Los Angeles, California, New York, you know, Pearson, you have Heathrow, you have so the amount of people that come down, they say, oh, him lie. Him lie bad. Yes, still, if I play a very long tongue, he must say, oh, we have 1,200 register. People put on them name and register. Them just full of a book and register, that don't mean them flying. Them should do a roll call. Them two lie, man. Them lie bad, man.
Your presence here is a clear testament to the decision to broaden the scope of diaspora engagement to non-traditional areas. Yeah. It also speaks volumes about your unwavering loyalty and commitment to our beloved Jamaica.
So if I wavering commitment, so all you ask about somebody now in the Commonwealth, you run up and down and say them have no wavering this and that. So you say the same thing to win a diaspora now, so you must send more money. Can we help up the economy, you know? He might talk so, but he might talk say economy are going good enough, but yes, he might tell us how we help the economy. Flat. Listen here.
Your conference theme, United for Jamaica's Transformation, Fostering Peace, Productivity, and Youth Empowerment, perfectly captures the spirit and ambition of our journey. Recently, I had occasion to speak with a group of young Jamaicans.
Recently, I want to take some notes from me, because I like pass note, I dissect today. Him have to speak to a group, just a group of young Jamaicans, members of a group himself, just recently. I could hear where I said to this, because when him lying dangerous, you know. Him lying bad and dangerous, you know, so I could listen.
About what it means to be Jamaican.
Look how I'm lying now. So you speak to a young group of people, just a group, about so young Jamaican, about what it be to be a Jamaican, what it means to be a Jamaican. Young group. No lie, I'm telling you. Continue.
Because for many of our young people, there is a growing sense of frustration.
Not my word, team word. Many of our young people, is a growing sense of frustration. The one that frustrated Jamaica run right better. And you have the economy and you have the most work and everything like this. So why people are frustrated? Why? You see, sometimes when I tell a lie, never see the lie, you know. You might drop out per way, you know. That's how we are fact checking. You might drop out per way up here. You might have a big way up and then drop out per way. Just listen.
Many of them do not understand why it is that Jamaica wants to become a republic. What is the utilitarian benefit of that?
But you say just talk to a group. Or you say many of them like you talk to the young people them know in Jamaica, but a group, you tell me about what the group do. And what the group say. Eh? I'm not listening.
They do not readily appreciate the history and the struggle of our country. And I had to find a way to communicate to them.
He must have to find way to communicate to them. And you know, say, speak to a group. When you find the time now, and which group that, and just a group, and you have to find a way to come. Yeah, Aquaman, or communicate to the whales, the man are kind of. It's dangerous enough. It's dangerous enough. So you listen, you try to utilize them, and then want to just come with a story, a storyline. And you think that the story true. I didn't believe in story true to you know. This is how I'm like. Continue.
The vision of Jamaica.
The vision of Jamaica. Young.
So I said to them, look, Jamaica is the Wakanda.
Him said to them, look, Jamaica is the Wakanda. Him said to them, look, can I have to find a way? Look, Jamaica is the Wakanda. Which part of me key? Which part him see them and which part him say this to them? Him lie bad.
It's aspirational.
It's aspiration.
It's the little country that could and the little country that did.
That did.
It's the country that has achieved so much and still could achieve so much more.
What do you say?
And that's why you're all here.
But that you tell them, remember the youth them you talk to, you know. I think young group you talk, that's why them all here. Okay. Okay. Now go and listen. You see, him stream brains all over the place and him a tell be a lie. Him not realize what I'm saying now. Yes, man. Make him go and talk. That's why you are
Because
here.
you all believe in the promise of
You all believe in the promise
Jamaica.
of Jamaica. So you not talk to the youth them. So you all here and you all believe in the promise of Jamaica. Where am I saying it? Gone.
Despite all the challenges we have, despite
Yes, sir, mommy to and them on there.
all the moderations, and I'm one prime minister who does not hide from those issues. That's what I'm here for, to deal with the moderations. No matter how difficult they are, we face them.
Him said not hide from them. He might not carry the moderation and him face them. Yeah.
But we're also here to celebrate our efforts at transforming our country have yielded results.
Results.
Our efforts, your contribution,
The contribution.
your voice
Your voice.
in holding government to account, in informing your relatives here so that they participate in the political economy, your efforts.
Chema talk to the diaspora now. I say, are we hold them? None of them hold them, are we? No, Paul, same talk to the diaspora now. Your efforts. I do have seen people, them, you know, talk to your relative here. Same talk like him talk to the diaspora them now. You know, we are holding to account. So we have to hold him to account because them a chopper. Them a chopper. What kind of them a chopper? Yes, man. Mine the Anna, you know, move the W. Mine Anna, him did one say, you know, and then you put the candle there. You know, got them a chopper.
Have yielded results. Yes. Jamaica has now experienced 12 consecutive quarters of economic growth since the pandemic.
Since the pandemic. So when the pandemic done, or you get 12 consecutive quarter. How much quarter in the year? When you get 12 consecutive quarter. So where that I put you in our which year that put you back? Because remember, this was start, you know. This was start. Save them bust the year in a 4 quarter. Forget our own. For that 1, 2, 3 months. Yeah. That month we just start June. So then I wanted to carry 4 That one I got not gone 2 yet. Yeah, two gone at this. That makes 6. That means 2022, it'll go back to 2021. In the pandemic. When the place shut down, when our money saved them. But them have 12 consecutive quarter growth. That don't make no sense, bro devil. It don't make no sense. Can you bust up a hole in a 4 quarter? 4 equal quarter, right? 3 months. 3, 6, 9, 12. Remember at the 6 months, you know. So if it's a 12 consecutive, that runs straight. So 2, the 4 makes 6, that you take out the whole, yeah, and take out the next 4, and take out 2 more. Yeah, so you got 2022, you got 2021. When the thing turn up, when and them time the hospital, every other hospital overflow, the whole hotel industry shut down. 2021. When them lock up people from us, it might grow straight. When nobody can ever go and shop for buy now. 12 consecutive quarter. This are all them lie. Because you see them don't check like that, like people not do math. Oh, because woman's teacher come from Portland. Yeah, woman's teacher come from Portland. A film me from Portland, a woman's teacher. Yeah? 12 consecutive quarter. You know, you have a chicken and a bus now for you want for equal quarter. Same thing. The year 3, 6, 9, 12. So remember what they don't understand this now. That you know, right? Yeah. So if you take off this one go 2 quarter, 2 of the quarter them that gone, right? First of them take it, right? Yes. All right. You have 4 quarter in another year gone. So you take out 2023. 2022, take it out too, because a 4 quarter now. So that's a 10 quarter. So you have to cut an 2 quarter out of 20, out of that 6 months out of that amount. 6 months. Yeah? Out of that amount. 2021. And this guy said, the appear growth when not there. This is all the man lie. Continue.
It is worth recalling that prior to the pandemic, we enjoyed 20 consecutive quarters of economic growth, and this was the longest unbroken period of economic expansion since our independence.
All right, so we're going to stop him again. So 2016 is coming, but a February, and like January, February. So that year you get, if you have a quarter, a quarter they nearly go away. So you'd have 3 out of that. In that year then. 2017, 4, 2018, 4, 2019, 4. Yeah, that was 12. 2020, that are 4. Do all that 2020, you know, in consecutive. So you'd get 4, 8, 12, 16, and 3, 19. So him get 2020 again, done the work 2021, you know. So the man I say from him come in. I'll be a consecutive quarter, I'm get growth. Him lie, fool, him fool. Him a lie, Jerry Clark. Oh, them so big dirty, oh, them so fool, man. In the rage of the pandemic. Because you call all the things about a be a growth. And when the thing locked down like sardine, him still a growth. When are we save them? Diaspora money save them, you know, they don't have the money, you know. It locked down. Eh? 20 consecutive quarter, 20. And if you have 4 quarter in a year, you check it. 4 5s are 20. So that I'll put you at 2021. That's why I check it from there to when I started. The other one did, and the 8, when him come back now, it'll put in a 2021 too. So I'm tell you, say, from him coming in till now, him have a consecutive. That means it never even stop, it never broke. So if you have to put the 8 the how much more where him have pan it, the 12 where him have pan it. Pan the 20. Him too lie, man. This are all them just lie. Them just get up and just lie. That means from 2016 the place I grow, but you not see nothing. Look what continue. It not add up. It not add up. Them foolish. Eh? Yeah. 12 or 3 years, but look where you're there now. So you go back at 2021. And then the 20 consecutive quarter from 2016. Remember, you know, in January and part of February when they win. So March it'll be a quarter. But in same have growth, consecutive quarter, how much? 20. That I push out 2021 to, you know. See? Plus the 12. You see, when them add up and I tell people these lie. And then by the way, you might tell about the job and say, listen, when I watch social media about him have the facts. Show the people them the facts. A wolf you have better. Remember Stanton you really know. Them full of shit now, you know. So when I push up some number, we crunch them. Yes? Continue. Pure shit this.
I want to say it's a little bit on economic growth.
Economics now.
Let us all agree that the economic growth that we are experiencing, 1 and 2 and 3%, is not the economic growth that we want.
1 and 2 and 3, what kind of percent?
We want 4, 5, 6, 7.
You know, he want 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stop that foolishness. So much country have not grow that to backside. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about the 1 and 2 and 3. Again, it's about talk, you know. Backside. Continue.
8% economic growth.
8% economic growth. They know where we have now. We have a reverse. You know what we are import now. If you could have grow, where you grow for export. If you have 8% economic growth, country that one good now. Eh? But we have 1 and 2 and 3. 3 where? Eh? 1 and 2 and 3 what? Here it is.
But let us reflect on what our economic growth experience
It
was.
is now.
Sometimes it went up, most times it went down. Not
It
just
is.
that, negative. For several decades, unstable. What has happened in the last decade? We have seen stability in our economy.
You see why I'm saying the last decade? Because of Portia Simpson level of something, you're not stability. I'm not saying stability. But hear this now. I'll show you the foolishness. Hear this.
So I say to our millennials, our young people, and those who are skeptical about Jamaica, and they say, well, you know.
So you say you talk to the group, but you say those who are skeptical about Jamaica and young people. Don't tell about the group. In regard to something, so I say to those and skeptical about Jamaica. Hear this.
Our economic growth is low. No one disputes that.
Hear this.
But our economic growth is better than it has ever been in the history of Jamaica.
Lie tell. Lie tell. Lie tell. I mean, them not and talk about bullshit. It's where the dollar they don't it. It's where your food and your thing them there. Which part the economy are grow. You know, feed them packet. Eh? You ask how much money we owe right now. The economy are grow. Better than the history of Jamaica, but right now them have insurance. But them about 20 million, that's over $3 billion. Yeah? So go start I think the insurance. When them call it unemployment insurance. Every minute them don't go borrow money. Them borrow money and put it up for sure. Remember, I know them hurt the money. Why you talk about it? Deal I tell you. Don't tell about economics neither, man. The crunch numbers. Continue. How that? Let me just see them, you know.
You cannot build Wakanda on unpredictable economic growth. You can only build Wakanda by having sustained economic growth and stability.
So people, I'm going to tell it's a sustain. You just come tell lie because if the world economy did shut down, or you get the growth for 12 and you have 20 straight, and you have the next 12 straight from where the 20 stop, when the world place shut down. You never make no money from not even the tourism. Shut down for a couple of years and the man say him that grow, them are grow same way. Where that grow up? We never even export. This is oil line, you know. You don't realize what I'm talking, you know. Them just write it on paper again. Yes. Continue. See paper them there, you know. See that?
When I was going to university, that's a little while ago, the University of the West Indies, I recall doing a paper for my economics class, and I had to look at the unemployment rate.
You did so.
And our unemployment rates have been fairly high over the last 4 or 5 decades. And we have gone as high as 13, 14% unemployment.
It's a 13 or 14%. I want to know Google. Come here have it in front of me, you know. I may draw it up. I'm a tough fuck. Let me draw it up and then me make you finish that one. Let me just remind you something. Let me just say 2015. 2015 unemployment. 2015 workforce, yeah, man. All right, 2015. All right, let me look on this, people. I'll come back to where I'm saying now.
This is starting.
All right, this is the team starting. Just look on this for me. This is when Portia Simpson in. How much people that are our people? You might have about 50 years. You think people like that? This, see the report from town here. This, the newspaper, everything carried to, you know. I'm starting this. The same starting where I use. October 2015, there were 1.3 million people. 1,325,200 persons in the workforce, Jamaica, see the workforce, with 723,100 were males and 602,100 are female. Okay, so on see it, right? Okay, so just to put a figure here. Now make him tell about now unemployment 15% and 14%. Look on a figure here. Make us see film figure now in 2023. 2023. 2023. Unemployment workforce. Look on this. But like I'm think when me check it now. All right, I'm going to look on 2020, 2023, Stanton. All right, 2023, what's this? Labor force. Jamaica labor force start. Jamaica labor force this. 2023. All right, now I'll find it and show you it. Now 2023. 2023. 2023, right? And Andrew, you say it's so dangerous. But if you show you the thing, you can't Google it too, you know. Unemployment rate, Holness. 20 no more see, I don't want to see one with him at chat. Labor force. All right. I don't want to see this. I'm move this. Let me see when I save the one that has. But this is 2023. I'm going to look at the one at 2024. I'm going to just Google the one for me. Google the one for me. 2024. Well, I'm making finish start, but matter about the lowest over 50 years. I'll be a garbage in that. Be a garbage attack. Unemployment. Jamaica. Unemployment 2023. Starting. All right. Want to see the figures with them put out. 2020 Jamaica unemployment. All right. I start them upgrade this, you know. But more see the figure what them put out. More see the figure what them put out. Well, just come mash me up and win up people, but me not take the bait. See? So the figure what them put out, when you can't Google it, I continue the show. I want me done the show it. But the figure what them put out, 1.3 million. Then they put 1.3 million. Yeah. It does a little bit lower than Porsche one. So then revise it back and put the 1,370,000. Yeah? No, just look for 2023 and you see. Look for 2023 one. Because that's smart. Now I put 1,370,000. So you get just maybe 50,000 over Porsche thing and I say the lowest ever. Because it did lower. It did lower when them just put it out. And then revise it because they take it down, me have it. So I'm not following. Anyway, let me finish making him talk. I'll be a book foolish in my talk. Continue.
What has changed since my administration? Unemployment has come all the way down. We are now at our lowest unemployment rate in the history of Jamaica.
Garbage! People hungry and dead like fly around you. You understand? Yeah, man, big up the whole of Black River, you know. Big up on yourself, man. Big up the whole of Black River. Garbage, man, at about in the history. When things say, continue.
At 4.2%.
Yeah, there.
Now, whatever I'm telling you, facts.
Him start use my word now, facts. A wolf. Him a wolf himself. You know, whatever I'm telling you are facts. Tell him to show you. Start and go and revise it and come with a bit. Let me tell you this. I talk to people every day. If me can't show it's a foolish system at all. Because to come and I say, people don't want to work. You have around how much 100,000 people. So them now look at that because you have fast food restaurant where you can't go work and them things. Them don't want to work. Them want to robot and make them come talk. Oh, them don't have the workforce because them don't want to work. But if you work for $9,000, even though if it's a 13 or you want to put that 15, now go work. But if you spend money for 1 week, you spend like 10 grand go work and come back and eat the food. Same? What you get? If you eat $1,000 a day, that can buy a good lunch neither, you know. Just calm yourself 1,000 and you work the 5 days. 5,000 and you have to buy a little juice with it. Say $6,000 for buy a little food where you starve yourself still. And then you still have to spend the next 3 grand for taxi fare and them things if you go and come. Especially if you take out 2 things. They've gone up to maybe more than 3-4 grand. You see the problem? Eh? So you have to spend 10 grand and you get 9. Now you go to 13, them want to put that in a junior and them say them want to put that 15. So what you do? You understand? What you do? You know, work is a step. Make him continue to talk. Here, what I'm say, yes, sir.
These are not the facts you get on social media. These are facts that are verifiable. Very important because I know the diaspora keeps connected, and you keep connected by what you get from your social media feeds.
How we imagine put pan in the people? How we imagine put pan here now? The diaspora keep connected, but them know them get what them get from the social media. Him know. So, but him have the facts. What are the facts? I lie this thing this. They only that really go sit and listen to all this. Eh? Him think him can't trick anybody again. Remember me have a little video for him now. I be a line telling you. You hear this? Continue.
Much of which is incorrect. So I'm giving you facts.
You hear? Okay, him I give facts. So them did have from okay. See what them did have the alright, sir. That me I tell you. Him I give facts now. Me do facts checking. So you see when me say misinformation and disinformation, them start to that too, you know. Like them say him I go on with the thing in the man in the wilderness. So if him say facts, we are say facts too. And we are the fact check too. Them not give facts out, them are wolf. Them are wolf. Them cannot be trusted. Them lie.
So there's two ways in which Jamaica has changed in a positive and sustainable way.
So if Jamaica, all right, people, don't stick on me, but I see what's Jamaica is a little small island country. And if it change in a positive way, like where him make it sound and make it where more you to make it out to be, right? Why the hell we have to spend over and give them $4 billion to buy the pill, them and buy food, medication, everything? Why? If it was so good, just think about the money what we are spending. More than what the tourists. Hey, them not no sense in. Them not no sense in. Eh? So we are giving them more money than we even what them make from tourism. Why is it worth to give them more, our people them more for balance them? Because them hungry like a drunk club. Them have to circle them need. Them have to circle some nasty rotten city. They call a Riverton City. Eh? Why is it then we have to send? Why them not send 2 barrels come to plus the barrel and everything? Why is it you see people we have to send go build house people? I do all kind of things to people, but yes, till it stabilized and it one nice. Why is it so much people are run way? I go through from Panama and go all about that them have to turn back around 3,000. Why is it them run through the border? Why is it everybody are trying to move? Why is it so much police, so much doctors, so much nurses? I take foot in and I run. But them give facts. That don't make no sense to me. It makes any sense to you now? Eh? It make any sense to you now? You might watch it, you know. Just tell him it make any sense to you now? So it don't make no sense. A guy come tell me something. But the reality when I watch front of me different from where he might tell me. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Yeah.
And just to put that into context, since 2016, we have created over 156,000 jobs.
In same crate. Oh, which what? Let me tell you what them do. You remember the youth of white beard go beat up? We have him think, say, hey, me a small businessman, and me a sue, you know. Or white beard take them thing in a Chapatan, they make you pay 3,500 register your business. So when you have, I tell you, say, it's better for you when you register. So you know not to read that right well, and you know, so them catch you. You're a businessman. So them count that. Remember, you know, when you get the registry, when you get that, it serves you around 3 years. I know them take your goods and do all kind of thing, it still counts say you are because you register. If I register a company. Be a them thing that they do to the people. Them trick them, con them, and use these things against the people, them to stop it. If you really care about the people. You understand? Them dangerous. Yeah.
The challenge that we have now, and we hear the criticisms, these are low-paying jobs and we need high-paying jobs. We agree with you. But would you rather have no job?
So hold on. Him say agree with me. Yeah, that me I tell you, don't you tell them to listen to me because you give them facts. But we say a low-paying job, all right. So you there, and you deal with you have your baby mother and your wife. And you have 4 you to go to school. And you have a job where you have 1,300. Remember them have to go to school and you have to eat and you have to buy food and everything. 1,300. But you have to take 2 taxis, you have to pay $800 to go to work and come back. 800. But you have to take an next 1,200 to buy a little one food I eat. Boy, remember, you know. So 8 and 12 at that $2,000 that's for the day. For the day, for you go to work. If they just got 15, it was 9 before. Minimum wage. Right? So then put it at 13 then. Right? I put it at 15. Put it at 15 because we don't want it to look bad. Because when it was 9, impossible, you wouldn't take the work. Because if you have spent 8, you have spent 2 grand, that means 5 days, you have spent 10 grand. You don't got work 9. It make any sense to you? It make any, so when you go to work, that means you're a slave, you know. You work for a little. There's something to put in your belly, but you can't even feed. If you have a young baby, you can't even buy food for your baby. That make any sense? And even if you go to work now, you use them have to eat food and them things. So when you go to work, and you get put at 13, and you use 10, where 3 grand can buy to feed your family, and you work so hard. It's a better no job at all, but you pay. You have some job, it don't make no sense to take it because it can't. You lose more. Your family hungry more, you lose more and all kind of thing, it don't make no sense. Even when you put that 15 and you get a 5 grand now by you come home. And then for go school out of that, I'll pay a little bus fare. You know, see, you can't work. You know, see it. Them not consider you, you know. Them not just say, yo, we are paying that, so I feel business that. You hear what I'm saying? You hear what I'm saying, sir? Eh? Yeah. You're in the negative, of course, out of many. Eh? So that's the way you call it, a slavery job. So unless you can't do it, and then them take 200% for themselves, for them to get too much. Yeah? Like a bug life, so listen to me. Uncle, we can't give back the money, you have to resign. Them resign, you know, I tell them, but nobody else gonna tell them. Remember, cabinet pass something, the prime minister can't tell if he turn back his money. Him get him full pay. Lime tell. Play this.
Unemployment has come all the way down. We are now at our lowest unemployment rate in the history of Jamaica at 4.2%.
Lie. Crap. Crap. The amount of people not working are crap. The one them were hustling downtown, I remember them give them a job, you know. The one them were hustling, you know. And the one them were run them taxi now. I have to buy a look at taxi and thing and them are trying to take it from you. But unemployment, like I him do something. People are trying themselves, you know, but they are pressure the people there. Crap. Play.
Now, whatever I'm telling you,
it is
facts.
Mr. Facts.
These are not the facts you get on social media.
You hear him?
These are facts that are verifiable.
Verify it and make us see it. Because starting can't verify nothing because them full of shit too, you know. Them are tell lie to the people, them, you know. So if you're the lightest thing I talk about, these are not the facts you get on social media. Yeah.
Very important because I know the diaspora keeps connected and you keep connected by what you get from your social media feeds. Much
him. Are we might have put pan, you know?
Much of which is incorrect. So I'm giving you.
And I'm saying incorrect. Look for the latest thing, all right. Now, look how I'm going to rub him out. Now make him talk and I'm going to make him answer himself right now. And you tell the people them say, we not factual. A good thing you want people them you talk to. We not factual. Look how I'm rub about him own self. But I'll show you who not factual. Let me show you who not factual. Play.
Facts.
You're not
so
facts.
Two ways in which Jamaica has changed in a positive and sustainable way.
So why is it when I borrow so much, why we still have to send your money? I wanna get too much grant and everything positive and sustainable. Something was sustainable, you know. You don't need no outside the boat come help when I do not, you know. Eh? You hear him? All right.
And just to put that into context, since 2016, we have created over 156,000 jobs.
Lie again. You make them attack. What are the marks?
The challenge that we have now, and we hear the criticisms, these are low-paying jobs and we need high-paying jobs. We agree with you.
I agree with you.
But would you rather have no job?
Brother, I better you don't go to work. If you are work for something right now, pay that is a slavery thing. You can feed your baby there, you can eat something to keep you going. That them use you, that don't make no sense. Even if you rather have no job. That makes sense? Look what them do to themselves. But him say no, him agree with me, but you're still manufacturing. That don't make no sense neither again.
So it's a stepping stone. It's a building
Yeah.
process. So the first thing is
After 2 terms. You hear this?
to get all our people into employment. And then, I'll speak about this later, we're going to train them while they're in employment so that they can upskill.
So what you going to train them with? So when you are work now, why am I going to train you for while you're in employment? Why not train them while they're not employed now that they can get a good job to them? Now better thing that. When does that make sense? If you can get you now and train you and put you in a IPN job, you know better off. That way you're in a job, they might take you all around you, take you to the job and then go train you and then put you in the IPN job. That make any sense to you? Back to matter.
As is being done in the societies and countries that many of you are coming from in the diaspora.
Yeah, there. You cannot compare Jamaica to this country.
Another important way in which we are improving Jamaica,
Yes.
tangible and fundamental change towards Jamaica becoming the fulfillment of the dream that you all have.
Dream.
You know, a decade ago, our debt was somewhere in the region of between 150 and 140% of GDP.
A campaign, him say my campaign and that's a tabaga shit, you know. So him pay down the debt. I remember no money for garbage, no money for this and no money for that. Yeah, I'm going to tell you again. He never mentioned it, but I will use it for him. Yeah, you know.
Depending on what variables you would use. That's very high. So at that time, Jamaica was one of the most indebted countries in the world.
Yeah.
Today, I'm pleased to report that our debt to GDP ratio is now at 72%.
And them a clap like that, like something great. Yeah.
We have basically cut it in half. Now, let me be clear on this. The Jamaica Labour Party, which forms the government, doesn't lay claim to this singularly.
No. He might try, he might make him clear. He not lay no claim on it single-handedly. Because him couldn't go say it. Because him did say it before, but you come on him say, remember, say a portion of them take it down, you know. And you, so you see what I do? Remember, we can't play a thing where I'm saying them do it, you know. Yes. You hear them? All right. Yeah.
Truth is that some of the work towards cutting debt was done in the Bruce Golding administration. Then it was picked up and advanced under the Portia Simpson Miller-led administration, and former Minister of Finance Peter Phillips played a great role in that, and we must embrace.
And force him and we are forcing to even call Peter Phillips' name, you know. Because we knock him with it and I will show the facts. So I'm saying we don't have no facts. Yes, you know, no manners. Yes, still agree, say the low pain, but if you'd rather, we agree with you. So you see, all these things, we have forced him to come say some things, but him still at a lie. You can still burn him. Hear this.
And acknowledge that this is a Jamaica achievement.
Yeah, I'm sure if you thought this is a Jamaica achievement. See it? So we are forced him to come talk some things where he won't talk. All right. Watch learning. Go now.
We took the baton and we institutionalized it. Just as a point of departure, the institutionalization of good fiscal management, it is not only about laws and institutions, but it is also what government determines to practice. Very important, because when the political pressures are applied on a government and a cabinet to spend recklessly, that is the beginning of the destruction of your fiscal discipline and the return to high debt.
Government has spent recklessly. Like you market me money and you spend money. You hear that joke now? Hold on, man. Hold on.
Even at the risk of unpopularity and political frustration, this government has decided to maintain fiscal discipline.
People are physical chopping the man the pan. We matter don't make no sense. Yeah? PJ did clear up here, man. I'm gonna follow him, because them push up the thing that man. Sister P clear it up. So
that is a transformation in the politics of our country.
Yeah, in our politics of the country. Be a crap, I'm not to ask still, you know. Be a crap. Yeah, man.
For fiscal year 2022-2023, Jamaica recorded a balance of payment surplus on our current account of US $352.4 million.
2022, 2022, and the height of the pandemic, you know. When the place shut down, you know. So the money we were sending in, can have the money there, you know, you get the Jamaican feed, so they might have some money. You know, surplus of this and that, I'll be a crap, them attack again. Yes. You understand?
The last time Jamaica had a current account surplus was in 1966.
Yeah, current account surplus. Where you can take the money, you can, a matter of fact, you can take $1 billion put in the surplus, the current account surplus. Because you have 5 points that way, you can borrow 1.8 billion there and top it up. And a work, so some money work, them go surplus. Continue.
Our net international reserves reached a record high.
And by the way, Andrew, when you tell people say the current account surplus, like what you have, if you tell them it's a pound we did I use, yeah? 66, yeah? But that's a reminder still. 69, it come out there. Yes, I'm feed out now the early part of 70s, yeah? All right, so when you do your thing, make sure you do your thing right. Have a fact section. All right, good. Yes.
Of US $5.1 billion in March 2024.
Yes.
When I was growing up, and and I was at the university again, having to look at these figures.
Yes, people.
1.8, 2, somewhere around there. Sometimes we went down to below $1 billion. We have never been at $5.1 billion in reserves.
You know, so when them tell you say reserve, it come like the country and make money, don't it? About them by 1.8, them have 3, something 1.8 and pushed up a 5 point something. Them have 3.4 or something. About 1.8 billion. Yeah? So it a push up, go up a 5.2 away from it. Pay the same one with, but we are paid through skin our teeth and with one bag of taxes and things. Be a foolishness in doing it. Because remember things say you can come talk to people. Remember them you talk? Remember you make them fully done, you know. So them know that figures there. And remember say the teacher them have the same teacher from our Portland. But do them maths, the people them know want to hear this kind now give them no bread and butter. Say reserve money no use. Yeah, what I say about the reserve now. Yeah, you know.
I want to make 2 comments on the reserves. The first is I want to recognize and place on record the appreciation of the government for the tremendous support and contribution of the diaspora.
You went there from the diaspora. So you have like you build something for this tremendous support from the diaspora. You might talk with Mark Golding does say no. From the diaspora. Like him thinking can't trick me. Yeah.
As mentioned by the leader of the opposition and Minister Johnson Smith, when tourism earnings fell off, went down to literally 0, it was the members of the diaspora that shared their income with their Jamaican family.
All right. So we catch him there now. Now, remember the 20 quarter there? We're straight when I drop off and the next 12 quarter there, from 2021. Now him tell the same now him not get no money from no income. From the hotel. And I remember from the diaspora, share for them income with them. 4 billion them make 1 year, 3.8 billion the next year. Pay them money there, how much money them, how much billion them get? Eh? How much money him get them get? So all you have how much quarter grow when you have the money and the diaspora keep. As a matter of fact, the money that collapse, the dollar that collapse. Them same one come up, we have the video, but them come and thank us in the diaspora. Yeah? To really balance it. Can't remember them want the foreign exchange. Remember Jamaican money can't leave gone away. If you can't have foreign, remember younger just have it, I can figure out higher light it and throw it now, you know, when I fire them and light it. Like you do you bake a little chicken or you grill a little chicken, you just make it take it, make fire. You know, no use nowhere else. Nowhere else. See? Yes. Say no good. See? So the diaspora save them. Yes, you matter about no listen. The diaspora, you get the news from the diaspora, so the time. You still matter the diaspora save them. You hear him? All right. Okay. And you still matter about a lie. Continue.
One of the things I've heard being said whenever we speak about the reserve is, and I can understand it, it's a simplistic argument, but it's a common sense argument, that you have all of this reserve and look at all the problems in the country. It's a thinking that is in the minds of many Jamaicans, including members of the diaspora. The moment you don't have the reserve is the moment you have problems. The size of the reserve acts as a protection for your foreign exchange rate.
That's why I buy the money, because the money that run up and down, you know, that's why I buy the money and put it there. And because we in the diaspora, I give them, I remember, you know, PSO, I must the country, you know, look on it. You might tell us the protection, you might tell us the money that deliver them. You never know how. Remember, I'm telling you about this long time, you know. You might listen to, of course, then have to listen to it. We have to Christine, man. Him can't go around me, you know. He can't go around me. See? He can't go around me, none at all, man. See? Yeah? So what am I do now? I try to show up the money, feed not the value. Like that, I'm not telling about this and that, but too much nurses are run with, teachers, police, and everything, but the place nice. We didn't have ambulance to backside, not even medication. You might talk about hospital to 1 more to the year. A politics in a place and go here to play. You know. Can't that say this when man say this, you know, go here so. The people them not come to hear this. But you are really Jamaican, I feel one people them know him, the minister them and party people and them thing them just a chat. Can know so we have to play it back. But we have to dissect it and hold it. Yeah.
If people ever believe you cannot defend your rate, they will drive your rate up.
Yeah.
And you always need to have a reserve. If you look at all the countries that are doing well, they maintain a reserve. I'm not just talking about the foreign exchange reserve.
Oh.
Generally, you must have reserves. And that is a part of good fiscal management. So what has changed in Jamaica?
That's not about no good physical management, brother. The reserve, because you use foreign exchange and them thing there. If you have good physical management, you say, the PSO that stop import because, well, you have 1.5, 1.6 billion dollars where you're short because the oil have to run the electricity and run the pump that you can move. So that money they have to spend. But you see the rest, but they have spend 1.8 billion pan produce where come in where you can grow, waste some money. Remember, you know, $1 billion, you know, 150 billion Jamaican, you know. Can you imagine the money that's staying in Jamaica? and spend months. That means 1.8 billion, them have spent like $200 billion. Jamaican, can you imagine the farmer get them money there? And have spent back in a community that grow the place. People will grow. So them Irish should have stopped coming and one bag of things and them things, them not think. See him cut up the land and give the people them. If you want 5, you give them an acre. If you want 500 acre, you know you cut up like the 3,000 acre when them that give. I'm reaching. You get 3,000 family. You know, look at place planet and them use half acre. One who like half acre plant here, man. 1,000 of them plant them. You have 500 acre, I am same way. Catch you half acre and it's 1,000. Equal 500 acre same way. And then them use quarter acre now planting for them go and plant some other little things. Yeah? You understand? Yeah, where say, hey. Yeah, man. Now you may go and wear it, man. See? So that if we don't uplift the place, then them buy a bag of junk now. And they make the Chinese, them carry out the money and mash up the country and do all kind of things. Them just go there. Them mash up the country. If the money never have to devalue and reach where it reach, because if you never buy so much junk, and we not produce. You can export 1.8 billion and then import nearly $7 billion out of goods and say you work back. You don't the diaspora money. If them get 1.7 last year from tourists, the reserve will have to dry out without no money. And by the next year, them done. Them done. Them pop down. We don't ask them done. So we really balance them. And then all the manners. Me tell them before. Yeah.
Is that Jamaica is now building buffers and reserves.
You might tell them build buffers.
And that has been possible because we have created an environment of fiscal certainty with.
You not create no environment, I'll be a chopper. You buy the money and put in a boy, you create an environment. That's why the money there. Ask him how the money reach there. Because if it's no more new taxes and them thing, all the money, all the 1.8 billion make, fee go there. Nearly 2 billion go on the money. No new taxes. Well, when things raise up, you get more taxes. So the thing when I use I run him no new taxes, when if you run him with that too, and I say, hey, better. And I like the country I put on new taxes. When the thing them going up and more taxes we appear. More taxes. So if you use the word no new taxes, that is shit. Stop going at the people them head, let me tell you. We're gonna push this to the people them. Because right now, like okay, pretend that's more fire. And more taxes on up here. Because when you have a sheet apply, we used to sell for 2,500. Include tax or something. Now you have to pay 12 grand. So if you not pay 11 grand or 10 grand with taxes, I push that 12 grand, no more tax. Yeah? Your light bill gone up and everything gone up, no more taxes. It's more taxes. So you matter about no new taxes. Nobody not argue with him about no new taxes and more taxes. Continue.
8 consecutive budgets of no new taxes.
That is shit. So you don't need 8 consecutive budget. Or if you have a budget, ask him how in budget with $1.3 billion from $641 billion. We look at budget 2015. Make a show on it, people. Me tell you, say, when you talk foolishness, I rub him out, Stop to the people in this budget. 2015 budget. 2015 budget. Stop it, man. Stop it, man. Stop. When I tell people to lie, them not easy, Budget, the budget. 2015 budget. See budget, people.
See, Elijah, me say I come with a 1.3.
How much are the budget 2015?
You're crazy. All right, these people, these are the budget.
What was the budget 2015?
Of 641 billion. You see it? 641 billion and 56 billion, right? And this was 2015.
We could have back the budget now, 2015. We take up the budget. 2015 budget. We go back for the budget then.
See what I say, Ligel, me say I come with a $1.3 trillion budget. You're crazy. All right, these people, these are the
what of the budget, people? Same budget for 8 years from 2016. This was the budget. 641 billion. See? 641 billion. What is the budget right now? Independent, no new taxes. You pay enough more taxes. 641, 6 and 6 is 12. 41 and 41 are 82. That's a 1.282 trillion dollar. That less than 1.3 trillion. You hear me just tell you? 1.282 trillion dollar that. 1,282 billion. Let me just tell him. Let me tell you country numbers in. Saying? No, I'm that 1.3 something trillion. So you can even more than 100% on your budget. But no new taxes. Make hear where I'm say out or I'm get the taxes. What on? Make hear or I'm pay down with it. What on there? Well, go back to him now. What on there? But for your mouth, you know, because and when you come in contact and you say no new taxes, you know. So me have to hear this.
Now you may be object.
Yeah, you know, here I'm getting the money.
Debt to GDP ratio is somewhere in the region of about 78%. By the time we get to the next financial year, we will probably be about 74%.
Listen this.
So I want you to understand the magnitude of what we have gone through. Through the sacrifice of your parents, who endured new taxation almost every year.
When does it go away? When does it go away? When am I telling the kids? This is why I'm saying no new taxes. But me I tell you, say pay enough more taxes. And I like you say, me have a new phone tax. So when them do them kind of words, say no new tax. But yesterday I pay enough. You pay enough taxes. More taxes. So I'm just stop at garbage when I say no new taxes. Me I gonna start burn them straight because I lie them. I tell you, pay enough more taxes. So you don't use the but them use the word them now say you not pay. You not when say well you pay enough more taxes. Them just say that them say no new taxes. And I like you find something new say fly tax or road tax. But the taxes what the tax are what are they right now? You pay more on it. The thing then get more expensive, so you pay more. But all right, break it down. You buy a phone card, $100 phone card, 15%. So 15%. You pay $115 for the phone card, right? If the phone card got $200 now, how much money you pay now? You pay $115 more per what you used to pay $115. $200, you know. But the 15% are be $30 now. Say your taxes are double. What happened to him? Because you see that pay that it gone up. It gone up. So I must say no new taxes like no tax. Who don't tell lie because we not tax you no more. Yes, still. Yeah, when I say yes, listen, in pay for the things them. Listen.
Budget to repair roads. No budget.
Listen the tax again. Why hear the tax?
Austerity measures. We had to manage what we spent.
Yeah.
To get ourselves out of debt.
Out of the same debt we talk about.
Today, our debt to GDP ratio is somewhere in the region of about 78%. By the time we get to the next financial year.
This is how I'm talking around February. That's how me play now. I'm talking yesterday.
Will probably be about 74%. So I want you to understand the magnitude of what we have gone through. Through the sacrifice of your parents. Who endured new taxation almost every year.
Not my word. When not sell the wine. New taxation almost every year because your tax double and triple up.
No budget to repair roads.
Oh.
No budget to invest in healthcare. No
Yeah.
budget to invest in
healthcare, you know. But you hear him come talk about healthcare.
public transportation. No budget to invest in garbage collection. No budget to build the auditorium that you're asking for.
Oh. Oh.
No budget to pay increased wages to our public servants. And we went through that process in order to bring down our debt.
So most of the people them to bring down the debt. The same that we talk about. Continue.
Sometimes I listen to the public conversation and it is disconnected from the reality of our situation.
Okay.
It is important that the next generation of Jamaicans are grounded in our struggle and understand it. And do not argue in public debates as if public finances just appear from out of the air.
Okay.
Or there is some reserve money that is out there somewhere that the government can just reach in and take.
But him doesn't tell about the reserve. But him has said them now the reserve for to take and use now. Okay.
Everything that we have, which is known as the budget, comes from you.
Oh.
Whether it is your GCT, your income tax,
or
the other taxes that you pay, or the other fees.
So people, I'm telling you now, the GTT, the income tax, are the other taxes, are the other fees. Like how they make the police have a charge about fees now and with plus tax. Did you hear them make the money? Not my word. Not my word. It come from him. So I might say we are, you know, make them tell a lie on social media when not him attack. And I'm attack, you know. Like him. But I saw go yes, you know. Did I party my drag card from people, you know. Hear this.
The ability of the government to spend depends on the revenues it gets from the economy. And if the economy isn't doing well, the government cannot spend.
Okay. So in terms of the economy not doing when the government cannot spend. So if you never have a budget to clean the road and do not now build no hospital or do nothing, that means the government wasn't doing well. It's straight. That's him just say. But yes, still when I'm doing the PR, that time have them people the front time. I when I want people them, him have front time to go trick them and shut a bag of crap. So me when me talk to him now, I hold him by his own word. So I finish here where I say because you hear him talk about Mark G and I finish here where I say. See? I finish here where I say right I say. Because in talk about Mark G too, you know. You hear me tell you about Marky Ball. I try to show you when you're ready in play politics, you know. You hear him tell you what Marky Ball right now. When I hear this right now, you know. Let me draw him up back. Let me draw him up back. Go down back.
Frustration. Many of them lay claim to this challenge for your government. The next challenge is to create peace in our country.
Gone on too far.
Who knows? Maybe we'll adjust that target down as our economy becomes more robust. One of the things I've heard being said whenever we speak about the reserve is, and I can understand it. It's
come back at the reserve.
But it's a common sense argument that you have all of this reserve and look at all the problems in the country. It's a thinking that is in the minds of many Jamaicans, including members of the diaspora.
Yeah.
The moment you don't have the reserve, is the moment you have problems.
Not my word.
The size of the reserve acts as a protection for your foreign exchange rate.
For your foreign exchange
If
rate.
people ever believe you cannot defend your rate, they will drive your rate up.
Yeah.
And you always need to have a reserve. If you look at all the countries that are doing well, they maintain a reserve. I'm not just talking about the foreign exchange reserve, but generally, you must have reserves. And that is a part of good fiscal management. So what has changed in Jamaica is that Jamaica is now building buffers and reserves.
Yes.
And that has been possible because we have created an environment of fiscal certainty with 8 consecutive budgets of no new taxes.
You're a lie. The taxes is more. Say no new taxes or you reach $1.3 trillion. And the new taxes is name of more taxes. You think they're going up and you know better than that. People, oh, if you make Andrew take on a free idiot and require chat about no new taxes. Them always come and I try kind something. Where you go with this? Be plain to the people, them, no man. People are start born, you know. Remember, people in the diaspora, them can't read and write, you know, them and eat that, you know. And I see them people, that's why they send back the money to them, you know. You don't understand why you do this, man. You stop come up yourself, man.
Now, I know some people just don't like to hear when we say that.
Because you have to have foolishness.
Reality. It's a part of your success that your government has been able to do this. Not many other countries can claim that.
A lot of foolishness I'm talking, you know. And me just show your budget. And a guy just sit down on something where he knows a garbage. Everything gone up. He must have to show up the money. Can move from when him come in at like 121 and gone at 157 now. So you know everything gone up for money. And he must show up the money because that guy don't run back. Money with them borrow and money with them work. And put it in the reserve. Borrow them borrow the money we have to pay it back. Him still at that foolishness. But no new taxes. It need more taxes. You couldn't have a budget. Down this out 641 billion. You see, you can go, you see. And you reach a 1.3 trillion. And I'm going to pay for this and now same way. You know, no sense. Don't play with, stop playing that thing, yeah, man. Yeah, man.
That's a part of the dividend of good economic management.
Good economic management and how we save the country. When the place lock down, our money save them. And a good economic management, but police and doctors and nurses are run well. Teachers and them things, they leave the job and when you look at some people and train. You have to put in the job. Nobody know the hospital. There's be a foolishness matter. Continue.
For those persons who lived in Jamaica during the period 2011 to 2015, you will recall the impact of taxation. We have changed that.
You must say?
And we intend to make this a sustainable feature of the Jamaican.
And there is no sustainable what? With the high taxes where people are paying now?
One of the things that this administration has done
is
to change its economic policy to target inflation. Inflation is the bane of democratic governments.
It
wipes out value. But you still need a little bit of inflation to spur growth. So it's a tricky thing to manage. You want to have some inflation, but not wild inflation. So our policy is to target inflation between 4% and 6%. Over time, who knows? Maybe we'll adjust that target down as our economy becomes more robust. But that is the point that the technocrats have set to be that sweet spot for Jamaica. And we have been maintaining that, except during the pandemic. Inflation went up to almost 12%. Everyone in this room from across the globe, in whichever country you are, would have experienced that spike.
Talk about in your country, man. A politics in them, you know.
However, there are some who would say it's the government's fault. And as I observe campaigns around the world, the arguments are similar about...
them say the government fault. And him not take blame, but they still, when post of the day, when they mash up the economy and Sham Peter Phillips have been back, them say, hey, you are this, you do this, you do that, and yesterday they mashed up them Imam Blues and the rest of millions. Yes, I go. But campaign around the world like people are idiots.
How governments manage cost of living and inflation. Jamaica has done, I would say, fairly well in bringing down inflation rate. We are now at 5.2%. We are within our target range, and we intend to keep pushing that inflation down.
Campaign, my campaign, but it not work.
I'll say a little bit more from a policy perspective, because as members of the diaspora, I want you to get a sense of what the government is going to do to improve cost of living in Jamaica.
Cost of living now, improve it.
Now, in November 2023, the government of Jamaica, for the first time, issued a Jamaican dollar-linked international bond amounting to 46.6 billion Jamaican dollars, the equivalent of 300 million US dollars. Now, I know members of the diaspora will immediately understand the significance of this in terms of what it means for investor confidence. When you...
I'm on the man, look. So if you are going to go talk about you in a ban and boy get this, number one, don't spend your money with them. I'm on the man, look for a not up in. After they said, remember the other day, them don't go knock up the money and mash up NHT, you know. Give them friend 600 million, you know. And then build house and just give them back money after 5 years in the play, nothing on it, you know. You can't make them not you. They might talk a crap.
You are able to issue an international instrument linked to your currency. That is a massive sign.
Nobody now buying to it, you know.
Of
Nobody
confidence.
now buying to it.
It says your currency is exhibiting a certain level of sustained stability.
Foolishness. Garbage. He might tell you if you come invest in another currency, in a Jamaican currency, but they may pay back in the US. Now when the US move or anything, you know, because they will pay another currency there, and they might invest, they might take it and go buy go invest it. You know where they want to invest it, you know. You forget paid, somebody will get something I want, you know. Somebody will lose, and I'm more like the government. Because the money get up and just slide and can't slide, boom. When you pay it back with all the interest and worries, mash up the country,
That mitigates risk because you have reserves. So we have come a long way since the days when we struggled with high debt and limited resources. And now, what is the next challenge for your government?
The challenge.
The next challenge is to create peace in our country and to increase productivity. Those are the two main challenges.
So hold on. When your government the first 100 days after the main challenge and that you say you do, people are see for them win and do up in after two terms. No, and no, those are the two main challenges we are doing. Remember you do one bag of thing and say it are working. We never did that work. You just lock up the youth, the man do one bag of foolishness. We have to come back and talk about you have this year, I don't know. You know, do not know better. I'll be a chap on the chap money. Be a chap on the chap money and do all kind of things and make up the big boys. You know, do nothing, brother. And the truth.
So we have attained economic stability.
You know, no economic stability, man. But I want to be, man. I be a street them attack, you know, man. Look on the value of the dollar, look on the thing, look how you can't even buy food or nothing. Look at them at import. We don't have nothing at export, and look at service and all, and look at things, them at charge, and look at money and get the taxes. If whenever we, them lock down, you know, about economic stability. Yeah, bitch, you matter, man. If them have economic stability, we don't have to send no money out there. We don't have even remittance, we don't have to send no borrowing neither. You have to stop it right now, you see what I'm talking about. Eh? Yeah, bitch, you matter. Yeah.
How do we get to know peace?
How we get to peace now.
And how do we increase productivity?
Productivity.
Many of you are here because you're concerned about the peace element. I heard that the engagement yesterday with the security personnel, that it was very robust. And you got a chance to ask all your difficult questions. And I'm hopeful that it would have changed certain perceptions about what Jamaica is doing on the national security front.
Yeah, there.
Let me just say very quickly, national security is just one element of peace building. Peace building is a very multi-layered and complex policy strategy. But on the national security element, Jamaica has never had the level of investment in our national security apparatus that has occurred under this administration. The investments have been in the human resources. We have increased our security forces significantly. We have addressed the issue of attrition from the security forces. We have incorporated in a significant way new technologies.
Lie.
We have trained the leadership of our security forces.
The leadership them are said, Google to thing that catches bully. Them they're not trained, them they're not ready yet. Them they are crap. Google to catches bully and them are crap. Be a foolish matter. Continue.
When you look at the JCF's leadership today and you compare it in the past, you can see a substantial.
What up and out order? Which leader Jamaica JCF having lead up the people? What am I say? Say a woman never have an handcuff to a woman by her ear. Where am I the kawaii? Eh? Catch his bully the man a leader, catch his bully that. Google to us. They're not a leader up there, sir. They're not even police. They're politicians. They're minions.
Difference in the leadership of the JCF. Substantial investments have been made in the training of the human resource.
You remember I come with Google Kaka and say, Google Kaka do this and do that. You know, say Google Kaka run ganga, they never want him tune again. He did have papers, man, so I'm gone. Nobody knows about Google. Nobody. Google tear gone. Nobody knows about from Google leave. No more Google. None at all.
But we have also improved our operational strategies.
Yeah.
And it is bearing fruit. The question is
operational strategies. When you see what I want them to shoot the 14-year-old and come from church, kill him and his brother must have shot in a face. And then inside shoot out. See the woman that you are drunk. I'll be a foolish as I walk up road now, you know. Be a foolish and him say them. What am I say?
How fast can we get this fruit to mature? Meaning, how fast can we get that murder rate down? How fast can we get the serious crime rate down?
This now.
How fast can we get the gangs under control?
You're the liar.
You know, there are some people who say, look at El Salvador. Why can't you do it like El Salvador?
Nobody never asked you that. Can't for them people that know about El Salvador. I mean, I asked about that neither.
And my response is, you know, Jamaica is a liberal democracy. Our laws are different. Our standards here are different.
Different, but police cannot shoot 14-year-old youth and talk, say, I shoot out. I want to hear nothing. Eh? No, man, you see what for dissect him do, you know. Prince, what for dissect him, man, dangerous.
And we have many more issues that we have to balance. And so our approach has to be a gradual one.
Yeah.
And our approach has to bring the people along with us. And my own view is that our strategies are working. Our murder rate is now about 10% below what it was last year this time, and we experienced a similar reduction last year.
All right, so that's a total lie. Because them have last year, them put the figure now at 1,511. Now them they put it at 1,490, 98, somewhere around that. 1,490 of them they put it before. So this year when it come in now, for make it look, you know, different, them just, oh, it was 1,511, so the murder rate down. Remember them have it 1,490 of them, 1,500. And even if we say that 10%, remember the year not done, 10% and nothing. Because this when Portia did have it at 1,208. Because she did have the year before 1,005. 1,005. And when them got 1,208, them say, oh, trying baby, this and no good, them alone can't carry it down him. He politicize it. No, how me just say much? 1,500 and add. Even when them say 10%, it not going nowhere. Not going nowhere. One bag of people dead. And you know, more people dead that be a foolish system attack. Crap same way. So you might wait up with them one thing and I say it down the year before I want 1,400. You understand? So he might attack something, I'll be a crap him attacking. So the year before 2022, it more than 2023. So me matter about it down and it got down and wow. Yeah, it matter. Remember me have the whole statistic. Me have it. I have them. Me have it from 62 come right up. You can't trick around here, you know. That one of the tabloid. So this is foolishness. You have it again.
The strategy is to continue to push that homicide rate downwards.
Yeah,
the number of gangs that threatened us have been basically cut in half.
Yeah, they know.
Dismantled.
So if somebody did come out, Jamaica is an island country. And when you go to school, you learn about countries, you know, around the world, right? You know, about no brand. Jamaica brand this. You talk about the people them like Hilton and things, but Jamaica not own it, you talk about them hotel. But brand, and not even free brand. See? Jamaica is a country. It's an island country. So you must say cut down murder rate and this and that and our thing now for what you man. Yeah, bitch my talk same way, man. To make things so nice. This is what we are gonna do now. And what we are gonna do now, you should have do it from 2016, brother. And saying like you talk about sustain if you sustain it. Yeah. You understand this bad?
Any of the violence producing gangs.
Yeah, man.
We
look you know.
Introduced significant technologies, and I won't speak too much about technology. I know there was some concern where members of the diaspora offered to assist with technology and computers and so forth. And it may have created some dissonance in...
Member of the diaspora offer. Yeah. Yeah.
The offer being made versus the acceptance. The truth is that our security forces have created an ecosystem where you have to be very specific with technology that you introduce to it. So it's an entire ecosystem. So, you know, a donation of one thing here might not necessarily fit within that ecosystem. And we have to protect that ecosystem. So things that are coming into it, we have to be certain of what is going into that ecosystem. And it is working. I won't say
ecosystem, brother. Brother, I know ecosystem, right? The police them have no, that is not an ecosystem. You know, when we are outside, it has no ecosystem, man. You know the ecosystem right there. See? Yeah, the right thing, man. I'm about ecosystem. You know the ecosystem, like in the sea there, you know the ecosystem. So you know what certain, you know the ecosystem, right? And with animals or with certain insects, and you know the ecosystem, right? Yes. Whether in the water in a certain place and everything. If you get a computer talk about ecosystem, you call that no ecosystem, brother. See? If you get a brand new computer, brand new, never used yet, and you get a MacBook or something. I don't even think them maybe some Macintosh them I use, so I don't know. I don't know what matter say. Yeah?
Much about investments that we have made, but this is how we have been able to dismantle the gangs. In addition to which, we have made massive investments in MOCA, our major organized crime agency. And we have been dismantling those criminal networks that are operating in the cyber realm as well. So I want to give you...
Now, this bank cannot, man.
The assurance as a Diaspora.
Well, then there are this bank SSL.
That we are taking a multifaceted, multi-layer strategic approach in reducing crime without, at the same time, violating the human rights and the standards that our people expect of us.
Yesterday, people get violated. We don't see them at a woman here yesterday, you know. Him attack somebody, you still want to pay a violation. That me I tell you, say you talk now match up to the real action, brother. But your Prime Minister make you talk match up to the action. You make the commissioner know this and it go down. Don't do this. This must happen. When them go to this happen. This you expect. Don't violate them. What am I talking about? Eh? So man tell about technology, man I call that technology, but I talk about ecosystem. Yeah? Continue.
We have reached a point in the country where I was listening to the news reports yesterday and I just laughed to myself, where there was a certain gentleman complaining that the government is building too many police stations. It's crazy, but the truth is that the investments that have been made in the security apparatus is significant. Some of them you won't see the benefit up front. For example, we've made massive investments in the ability to protect our borders with offshore patrol vessels and radars and such.
So, so much going on anything that come in and so much drugs. Oh no, man, so much drugs and anything they even make massive investment. He still come back with this. Reverend James tell us be a lie them I tell. Yeah, the chairman talks, don't it? Not true him that talk. Them they have no proper shoes.
There's a problem in Haiti. Ever so often we will get a boat or two. But the problem is managed. It's not the same problem as the Bahamas or Turks and Caicos, because we have capabilities which we have deployed, and these capabilities are enduring. You know, if a disaster were to strike, please let none happen. But Jamaica has been able to respond not just the disasters in Jamaica, but when Dominica was wiped out by a major hurricane, we were able to send our disaster assistance and recovery team to Dominica for 6 months.
So hear this, a lot of foolishness. People no want look what you send some people and for the people. I tell them you send a recovery team for 6 months, like them could have got it. The people have their own recovery team, man. You just stay and you want to send a can for the people. Stop use that and chat about it like it's a great deal. So you Jamaica send go recover Dominica. You know Dominica Academy people? You must people live over there. You have them thing. Say if you send a couple people down there, over there. Not like at them at the recovery team to go do wah. Eh? You know about Dominica and brother. You bother with the foolishness. Dominican Republic. It matter about Dominica, the big one, the big small island. Other people send more on there, so no recovery team boy go live for 6 months time because other people down there in the island send a Dominica. But Dominican Republic, they don't want nobody over there. Millions of people live over there. Them are the biggest economy in the Caribbean. Dominican Republic. The Republic. Not Dominica. Dominica, the smaller island. But them have people, can't remember Eastern Caribbean, so them good.
When there was a disaster in the Bahamas, we were able to send. So Jamaica has built a security architecture that it's not perfect. I'll be the first to tell you that. It's still a work in progress. But we are now a much more secure nation than we were a decade before.
Like, every minute you know say Asian come in and them they've got nothing on radar all them. Where my talk a be a copy now? Part of them open, man.
On healthcare, another subject for which I know many persons have grave concerns. I mean, we are starting from a deficit, and we can admit that. For the last 30 years, there's really been no investment of any significance in healthcare.
Well, listen, this good now, healthcare people. Listen here.
The major investment in healthcare would have been the creation of the National Health Insurance Fund, which was created under the previous administration. And that
the National Insurance Fund, him start that little bit of truth now. Start that, listen, healthcare, you know. So the National Insurance Fund take care of them people there. And you know, can take care of medication and take care of some other little things. Invest strength needs, right? Okay. Healthcare you deal with, you know. You might talk about the building and talk about a bed. But me tell you something in healthcare. If them did a work, them have full staff with nurses and things and people get too faster, then the place will not full up so. You never sit down for 1 week or 2 weeks like a woman sit down and then she want to take off her head. Can't do nothing, she not get nothing. Till it kill her. To them stylists. Yeah, when I say no, I'm invest. Yeah.
Continues to endure, and significantly so. But in terms of health infrastructure, we haven't built a new hospital.
Infrastructure.
So if you're saying, well, what is the quality of service that you get? I mean, there are two key elements to quality of service.
Yeah, it is.
One is the quality of the infrastructure, and one is the quality of care given by the staff and the professionals.
Yeah, it is, sir.
Both are connected, but certainly if your infrastructure is poor, it adds even greater pressure on the staff and their ability to deliver.
You know, so most of the building all matter about 50 years. Most of them building in London and think they are more than all 100 years old. All you do is maintain, but me say you have full staff and you maintain the building them and them do. And if you have something, even if you say it about 20 year lifespan, you have built something for me that, and it have longer than that. See? The concrete and thing will be like for them that build dam and bridges and things. See? So when you come and talk about this and I spend how much money and infrastructure and I build up, yeah, when I set the market G now. I'm going to show him hypocritical. Yeah, I set the market G now. Look this here.
Health with care. So what do we need to correct first and foremost? We need to increase the capacity of the health system to ensure that there is space for a bed.
People, first and foremost, so you want with the health care, if you put 2,000 beds and you don't have one doctor in the fucking world, and you don't have no good nurse, and you don't have no medication, and you don't have nothing at all, it don't make no sense. Public big, you know. And about this place, it pack up in down the public, you know. About what them not have. So you would get an operation and them nothing can everything brought down. You get one shot and you sit on a man to come operate by you. And by the way, if you operate by you, you're dead. Your business that. You stitch up and give where you go, and if you're dead, if you pull through, you're good. That's the truth. See? That's the truth. If you tell them the truth, one I know. So I'm not talking about but like on the bed, I'll get you better. But you know, the bed where you're sleeping at. Health care. So like when you have the National Health Fund, you want the thing them to work. Like, hey, if them don't have the ventilator, the little baby won't dead. Won't dead. Tell them take it out and not chat foolishness. So when them come and tell about building all the while and about, you know, you want infrastructure and, you know, you put in more bed and you don't have the nurse them to match it. You know, matter of fact, Tough Town come out and they want 700 doctor and get them. You shot a 700 doctor, that means it's a crisis. With a level 3 for crisis because of health care. Eh? And the man I tell about for a bill and think, yeah, where I set a market G now. Yeah, and him know better, you know. Yeah, man, I tell you where market G bad. Just listening.
For every patient that needs it. We need to build new wards, new health facilities. And how do we do this? You can only do this by either borrowing or ensuring that you run your economy well, that it generates the revenues which you then invest in the critical things that improve the quality of life of your citizens. And that is exactly what your government has done. So we have taken on the mammoth task all at once, never been done before.
Mr. Bly, after 2 terms, in just in a February, January, February, go cut some ribbon and say, I'm going to build this, build that, build that. And I said, never done before, I'm take up mammoth task. Eh? Not now move. People that like to pay them matter about never done before, your government. Be a copy matter.
In this parish, we have spent billions upgrading the Cornwall Regional Health Facility. Some of you may know.
That no upgrade done yet. From 2017 until now, it's not done. That me tell him, matter about healthcare 2017 people. Hey, him stopping foolishness, you know. Him stopping. He need even man.
This facility is more than 50-year-old facility. It was a gift from the government of Canada to us. Never got any maintenance or repairs of any significance for 50 years. Those of you who are coming from countries where you have these high-rise buildings, you know that they go through a rigorous process of maintenance. These buildings reach the end of useful life and they're either torn down or they go through extensive renovation.
We never talk about the foolishness because them say the building sound, not the building, them just want to change, but them not change. So I'm not pay foolishness again. Continue.
We have decided to extensively renovate. It's practically a new building. And then just opposite that building, we're building a new hospital. A children, adolescent.
That's our portion it start and leave already. We don't have the money, man. It should have done long time to man. You hear him?
Hospital.
Continue.
It will be a state-of-the-art facility, not just for Jamaica, but the entire Caribbean region.
That's foolishness again. State of the art, not Jamaica, but the entire Caribbean. The Caribbean now come there. So. Them have some good doctor at Trinidad, if them want doctor to go to Trinidad. I'll came and have some good doctor right now. Puerto Rico have good doctor. Them have good doctor all over the place. They matter about in Caribbean. And them are clap. It's something when I belong now after 2 terms. Don't make no sense. People are dead different. How about that fact? King Cooper dead. Before him dead, you know, when him fly out. You have the privilege to fly out. You're in the state. You notice? Other people can't even move. See? Continue.
Mark will understand when I say that I was born in Spanish Town. You were born at the University Hospital.
You went to the Mark Shotwala. So you know something about the University Hospital, but you come to something and go on your foolishness. You hear him now? He must say the opposition leader, you know. He must love enough of him to Mark he said, the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister. You know, with that Mark understand, you know, because you were born at University Hospital. But yeah, big mama run out and attack about a crap. Stop playing politics with people, man. Stop it, man.
Facility. It was a gift from the government of Canada.
Yeah, again. Yeah, again,
never got any maintenance or repairs of any significance for 50 years. Those of you who are coming from countries where you have these high-rise buildings, you know that they go through a rigorous process of maintenance. These buildings reach the end of useful life and they're either torn down or they go through extensive renovations. We have decided to extensively renovate. It's practically a new building.
They're practically a new building.
Just opposite that building, we're building a new hospital.
It's not a new building because they're not the floor, the same floor for them, everything, not never the building.
A children adolescent hospital. It will be a state-of-the-art facility, not just for Jamaica, but the entire Caribbean region.
Foolishness.
Mark will understand when I say that I was born in Spanish Town. You were born at the University Hospital.
Yeah, man, tell you what Mark Band do. So them fast, him know what Mark Band. But yesterday I called him Marky British at a Jamaican. And yesterday have athlete foot come out and say, our father, see our great grandfather. I went, hey, they don't see no. They don't bad. Our great grandfather fight for land. No slave fight for land. Slave fight for them freedom. Yeah, man, faith come out and try to run away and try to get the freedom and then can able to do this. Even in America. I will put my phone, maybe I'll show you tomorrow. Make sure you understand. Don't come and say these things. See? Or Mark Banner University Hospital. St. Andrew. They treat name Andrew no, St. Andrew. You want to hear him say it? You man say it. You man say it, huh? You want to play it again? Eh? Play it again. All right. Yeah, sir. Open it bigger.
Mark will understand when I say that I was born in Spanish Town. You were born at the University Hospital. In St. Andrew.
Him not in a him. I thought himself in a St. Andrew. So Mark Banner University in a St. Andrew. St. Andrew. You know that Daisy. Yeah, remember my sister there. Daisy in a same Mark Banner in a St. Andrew. Like, eh? You see my no man, I forgot Daisy. You know Daisy I blaze a little quick fire, yeah, so you know in a St. Andrew. So him know these things. So why don't make a big chat out that thing about the man no born in Jamaica, about a Britain born and all kind of foolishness. We should have drunk a British or born a Britain and you say nothing. Eh? Eh? Them not easy, you know. Them not easy, you know, man. Yeah, Maria. Them not easy, you know, man. In a St. Andrew. and laugh. Them laugh. Innocent Andrew and laugh. In St. Andrew. Let me play it back. Hey, my sister, what are you doing?
Mark will understand when I say
I am good,
that.
You know, you're Andrew tell him about band. And I thought him say about St. Andrew. Like him as
But here's the thing, here's the thing, they always do the thing that shooting themselves in the foot, and get up and chat garbage, Yeah, and you listen to Andrew, when he's talking about the unemployment rate, and it's the lowest in the history. So the squeegee, and he talk about the jobs. Is it better to have a job? Or is it better to have a low-paying job or not to have a job at all? And I'm thinking, the squeegee man is a job? Because the squeegee man, that man that clean car windshield on the street, he's considered employed, And if you work, so when they say that the unemployment rate is so low, it is not a true reflection of what is really happening on the ground in Jamaica. Because here's the problem: the poverty rate is out of control. The poverty rate has risen. So if your poverty rate is up and your crime rate is up, then your unemployment cannot be down.
No.
Because you have because you're a high employment employed workforce, a country with a high employment. You wouldn't have time for them kind of criminal behavior. Not that criminals wouldn't be around, but the crime would not be so high. Right, and it would be a situation where more people are going to bed hungry, unable to afford a proper meal, nutritious meal. Their children cannot go to school. So I don't see how it is he can be justifying what he's saying. And everything for him, first in history, the most money and all of the things, all of that. But we don't see it translating in real time. We don't see it on the ground. So he spends the most money and get the least results. How does he explain that? Because it makes no sense whatsoever. No. It makes no sense. And you notice how he's talking and he's sounding like he's measured and thing. I'm like, you're the son of a bitch. Oh, Lord, forgive me.
No, but you're right. You're right.
I'm like, hearing and listen to him not living like he's a paragon of virtue, he can barely speak, and I'm like, look at Andrew Holness, my word. My dear, I'm listening to it, and I said to myself, he speaks that way because he knows he's speaking to a different kind of audience, and he cannot come with the nonsense, but in it, he's telling a lot of lies. And then you're talking about people getting the information from social media. Yes, it's social media that has been holding them accountable. They're not holding themselves accountable. Social media has been doing it.
Not what people doing, Maria. You know them to come to him because they have the right figure because we are telling like then him agree. Yes, I better work. I agree with you. Then when him say something more just play him back and hold him to account because and like we are say something with him saying we are playing with him say and dissect it. So if him say we are telling a lie, him are telling a lie, not we.
Right, but you know something, the only thing I would say is that for the first time, he has acknowledged that he did not put this economy on its footing that it is.
Yes.
For the first time.
And how we make him say it,
Yes, because we keep saying, but brethren, the evidence is there that it was Portia and Peter Phillips. And it's the first time he mentioned Portia and Peter Phillips especially too.
All right.
First time. Because he knows he did not. And if we were calling him out on it, so how then can he say that the information coming out of social media is not correct? That makes no sense.
You see that, Maria?
That makes any sense.
So, Maria,
yes.
Never can congratulate yourself because if we never there, hold them accountable, sister. You never know telling people, them come on, tell him the lie and spinning about you, we are beat him. Can just realize you have a video. Yes, and every time he tell lie, we're going to mash him up. Because he might come out and say 20 quarters. So if 1 year carry 4 quarters then, right? Everyone do it like every 3 months. Right? Can quarter them say, them say 1/3. Them say a quarter. So me check it every 3 months because I 12 months of the year. If it's a quarter, if it's a 3/3 now, me not check it every 4 months because 1/3 that. Yeah, understand every 4 months. So me take it. So if 1 year can have four quarters, 5 years, and that put it 2021 in the height of the pandemic for 5 consecutive and 20 consecutive quarters. And then the next 12 quarters I leave from 2021 come to now. Yeah, that means, you know, I know the hotel they closed down. And they never make the money and we give them so much billions. Because we say the next 4 billion, 3.5 billion, and next much more billion. They get more than 10, 11 billion dollars. Right?
Exactly.
So and plus barrel and everything. So we balance the thing there. And then them come and thank for that. But yes, still even physical discipline make this happen. You know, see them a be a bullshit them at all. Them add up and them just get up and talk about that bullshit, you know, man. Them to stop it, man. Get real. Because when they get real now, we not have to rush them, Maria.
No. And like we always say, it is not about the politics. It's not about any political party. It's just it's about accountability.
Yes.
And we are willing to hold people accountable all across the board. You know, so when he's talking and he come with the nonsense, we have to talk really close against it. But you know, you listen to him talking, you know, and you know, we realize that he has to speak that way because if he gets up there and say nonsense, it's gonna be played right back in his face. And a lot of the nonsense is being played back. So he's kind of measured in what he's saying, you know, and because he's talking to he's not talking to the ordinary Jamaicans that he can just trick with the lies and just tell them anything and then get up and say, yes, Prime Minister.
So when put it up, you put it up all of the member of parliament for him after him. You put it up people from down in the ministry them and everything. It's empty, you know. And then lie about him that poor plane and the way it full up him and say, what? And the Diaspora, you see them know say this go on because they know we are doing. So right away, you know him tell a lie. And you know, a plane come up, yeah, they know it always have a 200 people because 200 they book it. And them have tourists that come and all kind of things. So him couldn't go so. But yet still, him say when him there now, some people have said, the Prime Minister when him go down there and I said, you know, if you can ask some question. So you go in a plane and you know, I'm more in the thing the class him have fly. You have to go and sit down first and then them pass you, go down to the plane. So I say, you
exactly.
Know, I'm just lying, you know, nothing to stop them. You see me, I say?
Yeah, but you know, but here's the thing. His speech is that you know, you talk about the crime rate and all of that coming down by 10%. But if you have more people that, and this year I'm not buying into the percentage, you know, because if you have more persons dying in a year more than the previous year, you have to think that it is a soul that is lost. You understand me?
Of course.
It's a soul that is lost. So you have to think about the families who have been destroyed by it. So it's more. They are more than just a percentage on a piece of paper. It has to be more than that. And they cannot address crime without addressing the poverty and education, the poor state of education, as well as the poverty rate. Because wherever you have poverty, it breeds crime. And some people say, "Oh no, crime don't breed poverty don't breed crime." Poverty is a crime in itself.
Of course.
And poor education facilitates poverty because they cannot afford to get a decent job. They're not qualified enough to get a decent job. And that is why skills training is so necessary. We have to get back to skills training institutions, get back to vocational training institutions, because not everybody's going to make it academically. You need the plumbers, you need the carpenters, you need the masons. Everybody's job is important. You need the sanitation worker. You need the person that sweeps the street. Everybody has a role to play. However, you have to give them the training and provide them with the job and stop talking about, yes, the job is low paying, but would you rather have a job or no job at all? Why did they give themselves 20% like they give to public sector workers? He said they didn't have the money to give to public sector workers, but they had it to give to themselves. So you see, he contradicts himself when he talks.
So yeah, that's how I play him back. Because he just said it's around February, you know. I know him come here say something else. And I tell you something else, I'm not talk one bag of thing about. No, them have a deal on this type. I know, I told you already, sir. So you can't run on these things without holding them accountable. You know, and I think I want to send some people up prison, by the way. No,
it's sad, you know? It is sad. And the thing is, he's not even talking about accountability. Because the biggest problem that faces Jamaica right now is corruption in a way.
Yes.
The stealing of taxpayers' money is why they cannot have a decent hospital. The stealing of taxpayers' money is why they cannot have proper police stations and fire stations and cannot pay teachers a decent, livable salary. If so much money wasn't lost to theft, then the country would be better, way better than it is right now. But it's corruption is robbing the people. That is exactly what is happening. So they have to get a handle on the corruption, and the only way to do so is for those outside or those who care to stand up and say, no, enough is enough of the corruption and hold them accountable.
Yeah.
You know? But I'm going to have to run now because I literally just walked in the door.
Yeah.
And I always appreciate, and to everybody in the chat, a blessed good night.
Yeah, sister, man. Right, no matter how much of some people too, but too much.
Yes. Blessings every time. Yeah, man. Cool.
Man. Sister, that, yeah, man. My sister, at the end of that, man. Sister, man. Yeah, man. Saying? Yeah, man. She don't want to cool head, but you can't get her. You get her off, You know it go already? Yes, man. You know it go. Keep it between around here. Look, go play this now. Because I remember the 26th this come up, and then the following day, the 27th, so we have a tweet in the place, so, and as soon as we push up that enough more, and then we have one in a Jamaica, because, we always do these things, you have to do your thing, Yeah, man, you have to do your thing, So, blessing and blessing, Yes. Play the stories.
Jamaica Diaspora Crime Intervention and Prevention Task Force, in association with the Global Jamaican Diaspora Council, presents on the 26th of July 2024 Jamaicans and Friends of Jamaica. Join us in conference as we speak against corruption, crime, poverty, failed healthcare, poor education, and injustice in Jamaica. This takes place on the 26th of July at 1320 Ellesmere Road, Ontario, Canada. This conference starts 3 till 10 p.m. Guest speakers on the day: Wayne Lonesome, Will Rattigan, Mystic Sensation, Herb Nelson Jr., Aromatic, Sister Maria, Jamaican Carlos, Dr. Rupert Francis, Jeffrey Tavares, and more. This is going to be a very important event for all Jamaicans and friends of Jamaica. Don't miss this event if you care about our country. Jamaicans in the diaspora, we can make a difference.
In the defense, hold them accountable. All right, play this.
Looking for an online magazine aiming to captivate and empower? Look no further than Daisy Magazine. Daisy Magazine is the leading online publication in the US. Subscribe to Daisy Magazine, the digital subscription publication. Subscribe at www.magster.com/p/Daisy. Subscribe to the leading online publication, Daisy Magazine.
Tell me to make sure you subscribe over Daisy, So I tell me, I'm done with ask because I know how much time to find Daisy. Make sure you subscribe. No tabloid around there. Now over here. Keep it real and honest. A morning, we'll come blaze some more fire. I remember Titans tomorrow night, always, always not trouble. Titans tomorrow night. Yeah? Me there.
We in lump sum, we a beat it till they are my bane. We now make them get in at them and again. None of them boy, we none of them. We alone some rise up the bomber.
Original 40 said no, we not take rough up the crop. From the other day. dead them face them a puff up that they tree little pig and the whole fire off up if them flip like a fool and leave them get crushed up meta. Shut your beat, no speak, you meta hush up. Street furnitures, everything's a get dust up. Limbs and shove, everything's a get brush up. When you see original Eastman, you must know fuck away. Lyrically inclined, be a metaphor, so no listen to.
Later. Remember, yeah, man, the 26th, you know, say, worries. Yeah, man, but yeah, say, man, we are cool out, man. We are say, man, but nice. 26th and the 27th, you know, we have the treat for the kids, them and them thing over here. And then we have a back to school treat, you know, bags and things that we give away. So we do that. Remember, we have the foundation, so we have to do that. And then we have a little one to Jamaica. Then the September now, you know, we have a boat ride, we have an annual boat ride. And then we have the 80s, 90s, and November. You know, so we keep different shows. And then things say, you know that we already. But when we do this, you know, every day I want to walk them, you know. So we got to do so much thing, but we just start, the whole catalog, the whole thing there, you know. Yes. Whole catalog shows. Same? All right. We're there later, tomorrow, yeah? Bless.